Hey guys, Random Cat here, and we're going to be continuing on with Steins Gate. We've gotten up to a certain point where things have gotten quite interesting. So let's continue on with this and see where we get to. Another successful time leap. That makes 3. Looks like the time leap machine works perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Kurisu's confidence if I told her. But that will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger. I stand up and look around the lab. Where's Mayuri? What? Kurisu, who was dozing off next to me, wakes up with a jerk at the sound of my voice. Don't shout. I've been working all night, so let me rest a little. Where is Mayuri? What's wrong with you? She went to Lukashi's, remember? Damn, she already left. I should call or send her mail. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Mayuri went to see someone after leaving the shrine. The question is who? Think. Consider every possibility. Damn, why did I forget? Before I time leaped, I should have asked Mayuri where she was today. I'm not thinking straight. I have to calm down. Wait, I know. Last time we failed because we went to Akiba Station. I should have known that CERN would be watching. This time we'll take a taxi to another station, then hide somewhere until things calm down. For now, all I can do is wait for Mayuri to return. It's driving me crazy. I could consider explaining the situation to Kurisu and Daru, but I just don't have the strength to do that right now. Besides, I don't want to get them involved. I'll take care of it myself. I won't let any more of my friends die. As before, the Braun Tube workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Suzuha and Mr. Braun are leaving. We run through Kanda, Mayujin back streets to Ochanomizu Station, taking only minimal precautions to avoid attracting attention. We have to get there before the Sobu line shuts down. We manage to make it to the station without being stopped. But when we get there, I see a group of men waiting by the entrance. They look like CERN. Change of plans. We turn around and head for the Shin Ochanomizu station, subway station. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamanote, Kaihin, Tohoku, and Sobu lines have already suspended operation. Wait, it looks like the Chiyoda line has 2. Must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened. Even stations on unconnected lines. Damn. Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the 3rd time I've led her on this escape, but each time she follows me without complaint. Does she really trust me that much? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want to so badly save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes. Mayuri tilts her head quizzically. I realize that I'm staring at her. Okarin, Mayushi has a lot of questions, but she'll wait for now. But once it's over, I want you to tell me everything, okay? Yeah, I promise. Mayuri smiles happily at that answer. That's right. When we wait for the train, I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get. Where did you go after you saw Lukako? I got an email from Fubuki-chan. A thread came loose on her costume. I went to fix it. Where does Fubuki-chan live? We met at Starbucks. Starbucks. At UPX. So that's where she was. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA system. The subway is resuming a normal operation. About 20 minutes have passed since we arrived. I didn't expect to be stuck here that long, but it's okay. Right now, Morka should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. While waiting for the train, I examined the route map on the station's notice board. We can transfer to an overland train at Yoyogi Uehara. It'll take a while, but that will take us all the way to Adawara. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. I can hear the rumbling and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Mayuri and I are standing just behind the white line. I reach for her hand, meaning to make a dash for the train when the doors open, but I guess there's no hurry. Now, I let my hand fall to my side empty. The roar comes closer. About the party tonight. Mayuri is saying something. I can't quite hear her over the train. It got cancelled, but we should definitely... Mayuri! Oh. Suddenly Mayuri disappears. Huh? There she is, leaning over the tracks. She's off balance, as if she stumbled or something pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screaming into the station. And she's dead again. I hear a sound from under the train. I can't describe it, but it makes me instantly nauseous. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl. Tiny, adorable, a cute black rabbit pouch slung over her shoulder. Tenoji Nei. She looks up at me. Her eyes are wide. Her lips tremble. I saw Mayuri. I wanted to surprise her. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't. She stares at me for a few more seconds as if waiting for me to say something, then turns and runs away. The platform is in chaos. The PA system informs us that there's been a personal injury accident. Nay's already gone. I don't go after her. Instead, I peek timidly through the gap between the train and the platform. One side of the track is awash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Mocha's group should have come and gone, but the time leap machine is still here. I guess I should be grateful. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine for some reason. I have trouble recalling my own phone number. At last it's ready. Now take me back. All the way back to before Mayuri is dead, I guess. The leap occurs instantaneously. Tata claims that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years. I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kurisu, time leaping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory. Juicy chicken number 1. Mayuri is singing her chicken song, though she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store instead of her usual juicy chicken number 1. She had to switch because she can't warm up frozen chicken in the microwave which is now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Mayuri is still in the lab. But what the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I force myself to recall that horrifying scene. Mayuri died again. This time it happened at Shin Ochanomizu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. Tanoji Mei pushed her onto the tracks where the train tore her to shreds. Could Nae be working for CERN too? No, and that can't be right. Nae has a habit of jumping on Mayuri and greeting. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. But why did she choose that precise moment? I don't know. I sense malice. Who's malice? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mayuri. I'll do whatever it takes to find a way. This time, we hail a taxi on Chodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mayuri comes along quietly. I consider taking her home to Ikebukuro, but Mocha's group might be watching her house. I have no idea where they are at this point in time. Instead, I ask the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. The driver said it's never been this bad before. There must be an obstruction up ahead, an accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We made it out of Akiba, but at this rate it will take forever to reach Shinagawa. I consider getting off here and taking the train, but then I remember what happened at Shin Ochanomizu Station. I have a bad feeling about this. The traffic jam could be CERN's doing. I look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a CERN agent. 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to a conversation I overheard between our driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be a police inspection, and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. To make matters worse, the road has already been closed off, and all the cars behind us are being detoured. There are only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I feel the malice of fate manipulating the situation. Is Mayuri going to die again? If I'd known it was going to turn out like this, I'd have ditched the taxi hours ago. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get off right now. Just then, someone knocks on the window. Our taxi is stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets in next to Mayuri. Eh? He's holding a knife. Another assassin. Mayuri, look out! Before she can reply, the man covers Mayuri's mouth with a large, meaty hand. I try to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Her body twitches. What? It all happens too fast. The man sinks his knife into Mayuri's chest. A bright red spot stains her clothes. And she's dead again. What? Be quiet. Okabe Rintaro. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points a gun at the driver and says something to him. Strength drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. A tear rolls down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. I can feel her last breath against my skin. They killed her again. Why? Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Mocha? CERN? Or does the world itself wish for Mayuri's death? I won't accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. He falls back, I shout to the driver, "Open the door!" I crawl out of the taxi and take off running through the traffic jam. After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Luckily, the time leap machine is still there. I have to leap again. But where are we going now? Even further back or the same time? Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clench my head and rack my brain for an answer. I feel like I've hit a dead end. What do I do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her? No, there has to be a way. What you talking about? Mayuri's blank stare is the only answer I get. This time I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Mayuri 6 hours from now, but without any proof that there's someone after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I wish that I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Ochanomizu or Shinbashi again, and maybe this time she won't die. But I don't have the courage to try those routes again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. We're running out of options. Subways, trains, and taxis all out. Tempting to escape by those means will get Mayuri killed. So my heart tells me, perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I've seen her die half a dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. I can't go through that again. We take refuge in Yodobashi camera. I thought we could keep hiding there indefinitely, but just after 7, we hear an explosion in front of the station. Yodobashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the store. When I try to explain our situation, an officer shouts terrorist and pulls his gun. This can't be happening. This isn't America. Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. Happens so fast. The policeman shoots her right in the head. I don't know if he was a real policeman or a CERN assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri. This time, I don't leap into action immediately. Instead, I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. Every time I try to save Mayuri, it ends in the worst possible way. To make matters worse, I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. Cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first, I thought that it was Mocha and her hit squad sent by Stern to steal our time machine. But as I leap back in time again and again, the cause of Mayuri's death keeps changing. At Shin Ochanomizu Station, she died because Nei pushed her off the platform. CERN had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I leap, she dies a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour, and I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me, but who can I ask? I'm the only person in history to leap through time. No, there's one more, John Titor. But he's not replying to my emails anymore, and he hasn't posted on @channel in days. I'm not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decided not to run this time. Instead, I take a different approach. Strike first. I send Mocha an email. I need to talk to you about our time machine. Meet me alone. I designate the roof of Radican as our meeting place. 2 weeks have passed since the satellite crashed, but it's still there, and the building's still closed. At least the security has lessened, so it's easy for me to sneak in. Not that there's any sneaking to do, I just walk in through the front door like I belong there. No one questions me. Last time I came here was for Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Of course, on this world line, the presentation was cancelled. Naturally, there's no one here but me. It occurs to me that this is a dangerous gambit. Mocha might have a gun, and I already know that she's willing to use it. But then, I don't intend to play fair either. We're supposed to meet at 5:30. It's just after 5. I came early in order to ambush her. I hide in the shadows and wait with that bated breath. About 30 minutes later, I hear the door open. Mocha makes her entrance alone. She looks around restlessly. She still hasn't noticed me. I take a gun out of my shirt. It's not real. It's Future Gadgets #1, the Bit Particle gun. It's just a toy ray gun with a remote control attached. Obviously a bluff, but all I could prepare on such short notice. I run up behind Mocha and shove the Bit Particle gun into her back. Don't move. Hands up. Just like a Hollywood movie. But this isn't a movie, this is real. And she isn't an actress, she's a murderer. After Mocha raises her hand, I feel through her clothes. Sure enough, she's carrying a gun. I take it from her and press it to Mocha's back in place with the Bit Particle gun. Sorry to disappoint you. The first gun was a toy. Talk. I know you were sent by CERN. How? How? You want to know how? My frustration and rage boil over. Because of her, Mayuri. I came from the future, that's how. You think I'm lying? I've repeated the last several hours a half-dozen times already. I've lost count of how many times exactly. And I haven't slept at all that entire time. Strangely, I'm not tired at all. I know what you're planning. Around 7, you're going to stop the trains. Mocha gasps. So it was their doing. I also know that you're planning to attack the lab, you and your men. And then you're going to kill Mayuri. I understand. I'm a time leaper. Mocha nods faintly. I could kill her now. It would be easy. But no, I need information. Who are you people? Rounders. Mocha answers with surprising obedience. I guess she values her own life, even though she has no problem depriving other people of theirs. Rounders. What does that mean? How are you related to CERN? By email. No. Speak. The Rounders are an organization separated from CERN. Covert operations. We don't exist. Like a private army? No. Our mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. They send us around the world. We collect them. IBN 5100s. That's right. When I met her, she was looking for an IBN 5100. These days, they're nearly impossible to find. People will pay millions just to own one. Is that because CERN has been hunting them down? How many Rounders are there? Answer me. I don't know. I'm just an agent. She's not important enough to be told. Was it you who stole our IBN 5100? Mocha doesn't answer.
なぜ IBN
Why does CERN
5100
need
情報
IBN 5100s to keep hackers
ハッ
out?
キング対策か。
機密保持
Maintaining secrecy
最も
is the highest
優先
priority
すべき事項だからセルンの
for CERN.
一体何が隠されてい
What
る？
are they hiding?
タイムトラベルの人体実
We
験。
already know they've killed hundreds of test subjects with their time travel
何百人と
experience.
殺していると
We
いう
didn't
情
need an
報は
IBN
普
5100
通
to
の
find
PC
that
でもハッ
out.
キングで見ることができた。IBN 5100
Are you
で構
saying
築
the
されたデ
IBN
ータベースには
5100 database has
それ以上
information
の
more
攻撃情報
sensitive
があ
than
ると
that?
いうのか？
知らない
I don't know.
末端だからか。
Because you're just an agent. My tone is sarcastic, but Mocha nods. Damn, she's useless.
なぜラボを襲う？
Why did you attack the lab? Or rather,
Yeah.
why will you attack the lab?
お前にとってはこれから襲うか？
分かっているはず
Isn't it obvious?
セルンへのハッキング
Because
を
we
したのか？
hacked into CERN.
理由は3つ
Three reasons.
1つは
First,
知ったから
because of what?
君
You
たち
know. We were ordered to silence you. So CERN didn't know about the hacking.
それと
Second, for the time
タ
machine.
イムマシン君たちが
The one you made. They want our time machine. CERN must be trying to monopolize time machine technology.
決定的だったのは
Third, the reason it happens today,
君たちが
you plan to make your time
そ
machine
のタイム
public.
マシンを世間に公表しようとしたこと
How does she know that? We made that decision after. Right after the time machine leap machine was completed. That was only a few hours ago.
だから
That's why I was ordered
拘
to
束
take you in.
拘束？
Take us
マユリ
in.
を殺したでは
You
ないか。
killed Mayuri.
あの子は
She is
必要ない。
unnecessary. Unnecessary. I nearly pulled the trigger.
タイムマシンを作ったの
Okabe,
は
Makise,
君と
Ashida, you made the time machine.
橋田あの子は
She is expendable.
殺しても構うそう
Those are my orders.
俺たちを拘束し
And
て
after you take us in,
どうするつも
what
りだっ
then?
た？
セルンの施設に監禁して
CERN will hold you
タ
prisoner,
イムマシン
force
実
you
用化
to
の研
complete their
究を
book. I mean, force you to complete their time travel research.
そうやって。
Have you done this
これ
before?
までにもセル
How
ン
many
の
lives
タイ
have
ム
you
マシン
ruined
研
for
究を
CERN's
潰してき
research?
たんじゃないか。
私は
I do as I'm
回収
told.
しろと
お前のことを一瞬でも仲
I
間に
was
し
a
た俺
fool
が
to
間違
consider
い
you
だ
a
っ
friend.
セルンのため
I live for CERN.
すべて FB の命令
I live for FB.
すべて何でもやる
I'll do anything
FB の
if FB tells me
指
to.
示なら
FB? Is that the name of her supervisor?
岡部君
Okabe-kun.
君なの
Is it you?
ジョン・タイターは
Are you John Taito?
た。何？
What? John Taito?
考えられない
There's no one else it could
君
be.
しか
Me.
何をバカ
I
な。
don't have time for this. I dig the gun into Mocha's back.
それより
If you want to live, you'll call your friends, call FB, cancel the
今
attack.
すぐにお前の仲間と。それと
Mocha shakes her head.
F
そんな権限
I don't have the authority.
ない
知ったことか。
I don't care. Find some way to stop the attack.
権限がなかったら
Otherwise,
するんだ。殺す。
I'll kill you. I can't do it. I'm not a killer. My hands are trembling just like Mocha's were before she shot Mayuri.
なんで
Why? Why did you kill her?
殺したんだ。
She was hesitating. She didn't want to pull the trigger. But she did.
お前も。
You didn't want to kill her, did you? So why?
なのに。
私は
I
従うだけ
just obey.
FB に
FB.
だったら。
Then bring that
そ
son
の
of a
FB
bitch
とかいう
here.
やつをここに連れてこい。
Mocha shakes her head again.
だから。
I don't care about your
そっち
authority.
の事情なん
If
て
you don't
知った
do
こ
what I
とがない
say,
と。
無理なの
I can't.
FB に
I've never...
会ったことは
Something hard stabs into my back. A chill runs through my body. There's someone behind me.
銃を捨てろ
Drop the gun. A man's voice. Is he with Mocha?
汚いぞ
You lied.
キ
To
リ
you,
お前
Mocha.
か
I'm ready to pull the trigger in cold blood.
二人だけで会うと
We
約束
promised
した
to
だ
meet
ろ
alone. Mocha doesn't answer.
いいから銃を捨てろ
I said drop the gun.
タイムマシンは渡せ
I'll give you the time machine. Just don't kill anyone.
だから誰も
だとしても
Even if you do that. Even though I'm still pointing the gun at her, Mocha steps away and turns to face me. Her eyes are cold. Her expression's unreadable.
監禁して
You'll still be held prisoners.
二度と出されない
Forever. Mocha takes the gun from my hand. I'm unable to resist.
頼む
Please.
ハッキングのことを謝
I'm
る
sorry about the hacking. Just please don't kill anyone.
誰も殺さないでくれ
Something strikes the back of my head. My legs give out instantly, sending me to the ground. Darkness creeps in.
ターゲット B を確保
Target
開始を
B
頼む
in custody, requesting pickup. Deep down, I knew I can't save Mayuri. Even if Mocha's group doesn't kill her, someone or something else will. The world itself wants her dead. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Steins Gate? There's no such thing. Those words have no meaning. It's just some nonsense I made up to sound cool. Steins Gate doesn't exist, but fate does. Fate, God, the will of the universe, an absolute force that no one can resist. It exists, and it has sentenced Mayuri to death. I wake up in the back of a station wagon. The windows are coated with black film, so I can't tell where we are. I feel a throbbing pain in the back of my head. My hands are tied behind me. What time is it? How long have I been unconscious? There's a man with me inside the car. I recognize him from a previous time leap. He's the one who stabbed Mayuri in the taxi. The man seems to notice I've waken up, but he doesn't speak. He just waves his gun menacingly as if to say that there's no hope of escape. The dashboard clock reads 7:30. I look out the window again. Through the film I manage to make out a street sign. We're close to the lab. Has the attack already happened? Before I left, I told everyone, including Mayuri, to run. If she did as I said, she won't die by their hands. But that doesn't mean she's safe. No, because fate will kill her. If I don't do something, Mocha's going to take the time leap machine away. What will happen then? CERN can have the machine if it will save Mayuri. The problem is that it won't. Not when the world itself is determined to kill her. As long as the time leap machine remains in my hands, I can keep trying to fix things. I'll leap again and again until I find a way to save her. But if I lose the machine, then the future is decided. A future without Mayuri. I have to get it to it before they do, even if that means I might get shot. As long as I survive to reach the time leap machine, everything will be alright. My bound hands limit me to headbutts and kicks, but I somehow manage to knock down the man guarding me and escape. My chest and neck are covered with blood. I must have been shot during the struggle, but thanks to the adrenaline pumping through my body, I barely feel any pain. I can still move, that's all that matters. I run up the stairs with my hands still tied. I can only pray that I'll be able to operate the time leap machine quickly enough. Mayuri, Kurisu and Daru are in the lab. So are Mocha and Omen. When I open the door and burst in, everyone looks at me in surprise. Okarin! When she sees my tattered body, Mayuri runs up to me with tears in her eyes. Wait. I try to stop her, but it's too late. In the corner of my eye, I see Mocha take aim at Mayuri. I try to put myself between them. I try to cover Mayuri with my body. But a man grabs me from behind and pulls me back. I watch helplessly as Mayuri's tiny body drops to the floor. Her eyes wide and wet with tears seem to stare into mine. But I can see that they have already lost their light. She's gone. Again. 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 What happens next is the same as before. Suzuha defeats the Rounders and Kurisu helps me time leap. But we didn't time leap far enough. Okay. A flood of sound beats on my eardrums. When it subsides, I find myself again in the lab. It's just before 5. I have 2.5 hours before Mayuri dies. I find myself staring at the time leap machine. This thing is the reason for Molka's attack. If only we had never built the phone wave. If only we had never sent those emails. Perhaps the future might be different, instead of the nightmare it promises now. Would anything change if I broke it? Just smashed it to pieces right here? In a rush of delirium, I grab a chair and lift it high over my head. Just as I'm about to bring it crashing down on this infernal machine, a voice cries out, "Stop, Okabe! What are you doing?" Kurisu grabs my arm and pulls me back. Are you trying to break the machine? You don't have to break it, Okabe. We already decided not to experiment, remember? Anyway, put the chair down. I lower the chair slowly. Not because Kurisu told me to, but because I realized what would happen if I really did break the machine. It caused, or will cause, Mayuri's death, but at the same time, it is also my only chance of averting that future. If I lose it, I lose my only hope of saving her. The fear of that outcome stayed my hand. You look pale. What's wrong? Are you listening? I can't deal with this. Not now. Wait. I flee from the lab. I don't have a particular destination in mind. People look at me strangely. As I shuffle down the streets, I imagine I might look like I crawled up from the grave. Soon, I get fed up with the crowd around the station and escape to the pedestrian overpass at UPX. Because this is UPX. I think it's UPX. That's its name, I think. Anyway, I get about halfway across the bridge and squat down on the concrete. The giant screen... Aha! I was right. The giant screen on the UPX building is advertising some gothic punk band. The ticker at the bottom displays today's weather forecast along with the date and time. I realized that today is Friday the 13th. Is there no way to get through today without Mayuri dying? It's already 5:30, 2 hours until the attack. The lights around Akihabara station turn on one by one as the sun sets. The moe might be gone from Akiba, but the area around the station is still as posh as ever. I don't belong here. The bridge I'm sitting on has become a date spot for couples. I see them standing here and there, gazing at the cityscape with their arms wound around each other. Somehow they never seem to tire of the dull, unchanging scenery. What am I doing here? Mayuri is about to die. Hey, don't you think you're a little old to be sitting on the ground in public? I lift my head to see Kurisu standing there. So this is where you went. I've been looking for you.
No.
Christina.
Christina.
What? What time is it now? 5:38. Hey, if you have time to sit around, then you can help me with the shopping. Shopping. Alright, preparations for the party. In the original timeline, I went shopping with Kurisu at the UPX supermarket. And then we talked on this bridge, just like now. feels like so long ago. Back then I had no idea what was going to happen.
どうなの
Well,
買い出し
are you gonna
来
come
るのか
around
来
or
ないの
not?
か
Come along or not? I sigh deeply. I don't believe that it was wrong to time leap. However,
クリス
Kurisu, keep my eyes lowered. That's the
初
first
め
time
て
you said my name
まともに名
properly.
前呼んだな
I feel her eyes on me.
助けてくれ
Help me. I can't save Mayuri alone. I realize that now. Reliving today again and again only to taste the same despair each time has taught me one important lesson. Alone, I am powerless. Alone, I have no hope.
助けてくれ
Help me.
話して
Tell me what happened.
あんたがタイムリープして
I
るの
know
は
you
分か
used
っ
a
てる
time leap machine.
何
What? I look up in surprise. Kurisu doesn't meet my stare. Instead, she leans on the guardrail and gazes down at the plaza with her usual frown.
あんたに誰かから電話がかかってきたと思ったらいきなり表変したから
You get a phone call, and suddenly you're like a different person.
私の目はごまかせ
It
ない
was obvious.
3時間後から来
I
た
came from 3 hours in the future.
何があった
What happened?
マユリが
They killed Mayuri.
殺された
I lower my head, trying to hold back the tears, I think it said. Then I explain about CERN and Molka and about how Kurisu herself activated the time leap machine and made this possible. I tell her about my previous leap. I explain that the world itself wants Mayuri dead, that I can't save her no matter how I try. I keep talking for 30 minutes straight. During that time, Kurisu hardly says a word.
すべて
It's all my fault.
俺の責任だ
Talking to Kurisu lets me sort out everything I've done, everything I've seen.
セルンにハッキングしろなん
I
て
shouldn't have told Daru to
ダ
hack
ルに頼
CERN.
まなければよかったタイムマシンを作ろうな
I
んて
shouldn't have asked you to build a time
言い
machine.
出さなければよかった萌えかをラボメンに
I
なんかす
shouldn't
るん
have
じゃな
made
かった
Molka a lab mem.
マユリが死ぬのは
Mayuri's death. It's all my fault.
すべて俺の責任なんだ
That's why I needed to bear the burden myself. I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up. And yet, my resolve has already crumbled.
そんなまずいことが起きようとしてるのにあんたはなんでここでぼんやりしてるの
If you know that Mayuri is going to die, then what are you doing wasting time here? Kurisu's tone is haughty. Is this how I should sound when I'm playing Hoin Kyoma?
わからなくなったからだ
I just don't get it anymore. What don't you get?
わからないって何が
What don't you get exactly?
マユリを助ける
How
方
to
法
save Mayuri?
あんたの話を聞いた限り
Based
じゃ
on what you said, I guess
時
the
間順序保護仮説は本当だったってこと
chronology
になるのかな
protection conjecture is true.
何をしても
No matter what I do, Mayuri
どう
dies.
やっても
だから
And
タイム
that's
リープ
why
を
you
永
keep
遠と
time
繰り返し
leaping.
たかタイムリープマシンは
There's no guarantee that the
理論
time
上
machine
絶
is
対安
safe,
全
you
だと
know.
証明されているわけじゃない
Kurisu lowers her gaze and cups her chin, as she often does when assessing a problem.
これまでは
Even
何
if
事
the
もなく成
machine
功して
works
たかもしれない
perfectly,
けど
repeated use may have serious side effects.
どんな影響が出るかもわからない
What kind of serious side effects?
もしかしたら
For example,
時間の輪
you may become
つまり
disconnected from
因果率から外
causality
れるかも
itself.
しれないあんたはそんな危
You
険を
need to
冒してるの
understand the risks if you're
その
going
こ
to
とを自覚し
continue.
て
因果率から外れる
Disconnected from causality? Meaning?
SF 小
It
説によ
happens
くあ
all
る
the
でしょ
time in sci-fi.
閉じた時間の輪の中で
You become trapped
永
in
遠
a
にさまよい
closed
続
time
ける
loop,
ってこと
never aging,
永久に
never
年は
dying,
取らないけど
but doomed to
永久に
repeat
同
the
じ日から
same
は出
day
られ
for
なく
all
なる
eternity.
最悪の場合
Worst case,
なかったことにされる
you
可能
may
性だってあ
cease to
る
exist entirely. What?
存在の抹消
Every trace of your existence
あんた
will
の
vanish.
18年だか
Nobody will remember
19
you
年だかの人生の
because
痕
your
跡
life
すべて
will
を
have never
あらゆ
happened.
る人間が 最初から時間を飛び越えること
Leaping
は
through time is
それだけ危
that
険なのよ。
dangerous.
人間は根源的に
Humans are
時間
temporal
的存
beings.
在者である。
Kurisu looks surprised.
ハイデガーね。
Heidegger.
私も今
I was
そ
thinking
の
of that
言葉を
quote
言おう
too.
と思ってた。
お前から教わった言葉
I
だ。
heard it from you first.
いつ？
When?
俺は
This isn't the
もう
first
何
time
度
I've
もタイムリ
leaped.
ープしている。
Right, of
なるほ
course.
ど。
Kurisu squats next to me, thinking deeply.
あんたの話が本当だ
If
った
what
と
you
し
said
て
is true, then I want to
マ
save
ユリを助
Mayuri
けたい気
too.
持ちは私だって同じよ。でも
But
タ
as
イム
the
リープマシン
co-creator of
制
the
作
time
に
leap
関わった
machine, I
人間
can't
の一人
recommend
と
its
して
continued use.
あんたは
Will you listen to my advice?
もがく。
俺は
I can't do it alone. I know that now.
だから
I need your help.
もがくために
I have to save Mayuri. I
マユ
can't
リ
do it
を助け
alone.
るために
But together, we might
俺
have a
一人じゃダメだ
chance.
ったが
I want,
クリスの協
I
力があ
need
れ
to
ば
believe that.
なんだ力を
Please, lend me your strength.
貸してくれ。
Kurisu sighs.
無茶しやがって。
You're such a stubborn fool.
あんた
What you've
壊
been
れてて
through,
もお
I'm
かしくな
surprised
か
it
ったん
hasn't
だから
broken you already. Incredibly, she sounds concerned about me. She looks at me for a moment, then turns away as if embarrassed.
協力は
I'll help.
する。ただし
Anyway,
あんたのため
I'm
に
not
協
doing
力
this
する
for
わけじ
you,
ゃないから。
okay? Oh my god,
全部
tsundere.
マユリのためよ。
I'm doing it for Mayuri.
ああ、当たり前
Yeah,
だ。
of course.
それにあん
That,
たを被
and I
験者に
think
す
you'll
ればい
make a good test
いデータ
subject.
が取れそうだし。
それはつまり
Now you're
セ
talking
ルの
like
人体
so.
実験を肯定するということか。
全然違う。
It's completely different.
どこが
How so?
被験者が
I
岡部
only experiment on you.
マッドサイエンティストとしては
Besides, mad
自分自
scientists
身も平気で実験
experiment
台
on
にするんで
themselves
しょ。
all the time, don't
何
they?
せマットだ。
そうだな。
I guess. I'm no longer afraid to time leap. I'll do anything to save Mayuri.
冗
It's
談
just a
よ。
joke. Don't take it so
本当にするの？
seriously. Kurisu stands up and looks at her watch.
さて、
There's not much
もう
time.
あまり時
I
間も
think
な
you
いか
should
ら、
have a clear plan
これ
before
からあた
trying
ふ
to
たする
change
よ
the
り
future again.
もっと
つまり
Meaning?
今から
Leap
もっ
to
と
an
前の
even
時間
earlier
に飛んで
time.
おく。そこで
Then
改めて
explain the
私に
situation to
事
me
情を
again.
説明して。
Kodisu's right. My actions so far have been almost entirely random. And look where that's gotten me. I need a real plan if I'm going to save Mayuri.
行こう。
Let's go. Kodisu stretches out her hand. I grasp it and pull myself up. Mayuri and Daru are already back when we return to the lab. Suzuha is there too. To get rid of them, Kodisu and I explain that we forgot to do the shopping, so could they please take care of it for us? I have to cough up the money to convince them to go, but it works.
マユリ本人はともかく、
I understand why you can't
橋
tell
田にも
Mayuri,
話さないの？
but why can't you tell Hashida?
必要になったら
I'll
話す。
tell him when it's necessary. For now it's not, and I don't have time to explain. While Kodisu sets up the time machine, I head downstairs to the Bronze Tube Workshop, kick the door open and turn on the 42-inch CRT. That went more smoothly than I anticipated. It's highly illegal, of course, but I'll leap long enough before the cops get here. Kodisu looks shocked when I return to the lab.
住居侵入罪で
They'll throw you in the
逮捕されるわ
slammer for
よ。
breaking and entering.
どうせ過去
In
に
a few
戻れば
seconds, it won't have happened.
今のはなかったことになる。
Kodisu hands me the headgear and I put it on.
そっか。
I see.
あんたの主観
That's
じ
how
ゃ
it looks
そうな
from
る
your
わけだ。
perspective.
私の主観だとどうな
What
るんだ
does
ろ
it
う。
look like from my
あんたが飛ん
perspective?
だ後、
What happens here
ここ
after you
は
leap?
どうなる？
そのデータもすぐに取れ
You'll
る。
know soon enough. My consciousness travels to the past. That I know from my experience. But what about the body I leave behind? If time is a straight line, then it's likely that the present will be reconstructed based on my actions in the past. But if that many worlds interpretation holds, Then after I leave, this world will continue on as if nothing happened. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, but now I don't really care. All that matters is saving Mayuri. Kurisu's fingers stopped typing on the keyboard.
どうした?
What's wrong? It's nothing. I was just
考
thinking.
えたら
D メールのような状態
Maybe
にな
it
るかも
works
しれない
just like a D-mail. The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Thanks to reading Steiner, only I remember what it was like before the changes.
その方が楽だけど
That would make
悔しく
things
もある。
easier, though I kind of hope you're wrong.
データを観測できな
Because
い
you
から
can't collect data if you can't record the change.
そういうこと
Exactly. Kurisu nods and begins tinkering with the settings again.
転送先は5時間前にしておいたつまり
I set the destination to 5 hours ago. You should arrive around 1:40 p.m.
覚えてる
I completed
私が
the
タイム
time
リー
leap
プマシ
machine
ンを
just
完成
after
させたの
2.
は
Do you
2時過
remember?
ぎだった
Barely. For Kurisu, that happened only 5 hours ago. For me, it feels like weeks. Maybe it has been weeks.
時間にルーズな男は
Nobody
嫌
likes
わ
a man
れる
who can't remember dates.
感謝しなさいよ
Be thankful
私は
that I
時計
make
を
a
よく見
habit
る
of
癖があっ
checking
て
the time.
何時に
I
何があ
have
っ
a
たか
pretty good
結
idea
構
what
覚えてる
happens
の
when Kurisu finished typing and turns to face me.
いい岡部
Listen, Okabe.
タイムリープマシンを使うならこれだけは覚えておいて
If you're going to keep using the time leap machine, there's one thing you must remember.
携帯電話は
Don't
絶
let
対に
go
手
of your
放さない
phone.
こと
Even
それはあんたの生
ever.
命線
It's your lifeline,
局所場指定の
your
マーカーなの
destination marker.
それさえ持ち続けてい
As
れ
long
ば
as you keep it with you,
どの時間
you
へ
can
も
leap
跳
to
躍は
any
できる
time you want.
でももし
But if you
手
lose
放
your
して
phone,
しまって
if someone else
誰
gets
か
a
に
hold
使
of
われ
it,
たら
then if I leap to that time, my memories could overwrite theirs. I don't want to imagine what might happen next.
あるいは充
If
電
it
が切
breaks
れたり
or the
壊
batteries
された
die,
りしたら
then I won't be able to leap to that time. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number, but there will still be a period of time to which I can never leap.
タイムリープは
The time leap will
成功しない。
fail.
だから絶
Once
対
again,
に携帯を手放し
never
ちゃダ
let
メ
go of your phone.
了解だ
Got it.
今日の昼間にタイムリープし
After
た
you
ら
leap back to
2
the
時に
this
私がマシ
afternoon,
ンを完
just
成
sit
させる
tight
まで
and
は
don't do anything
あん
until
た
I
は
complete the
特
time
別な
leap
ことは
machine.
してはいこれが完成しないと
If you accidentally
きっとこの
prevent
時
me
間ま
from
での流れ
completing
が
the machine,
大
it'll
きく変わ
likely
ってしまう
wreak havoc with the timeline.
完成したらすぐに
As soon as I
実
finish,
験はしない
declare
っ
that we
て宣
will
言して
not experiment,
全
then
員
send
解散
everyone
させて
home.
それから
Ask me to
私に
stay.
声をかけ
Tell
て
me
く
the
れれば
truth. If you say you came
未来
from
から
the
来たって
future, I'll
言われれ
probably
ば
believe you.
多分
なんでわかる
How do you know?
私のことは
Who knows me
私
better
が
than
一番よ
myself?
く知ってる
Kurisu grins faintly and stands up after she's done typing.
そもそも
Don't forget,
電話レンジを
it
改
was
良
my
して
mad skills
タイムリープ
that
マシンを
turned the
作った
phone
のは
wave into a time
私
leap
なのだ
machine.
ぜさっきあんたからタイ
When
ム
you
リープ
told
し
me
てきたっ
about
て
your
言われ
time
た
leap,
時は
it took
自
me,
分の理論が
I
間違って
took
なかった
it as
って
proof that
思
my
えた
theories were right.
成功し
I
て
was
よかっ
happy
た
it
って
succeeded.
思えた
I really was. I
何
didn't
の
doubt
疑
it
問も
was
なくね
true for a second. I see.
念のために
Just to be
キー
safe,
ワードを決
I
めておき
should
ましょう
probably give you a passphrase.
私の今一番欲しいものは
What I want the most right now
fork である。
is my own fork.
なに
What?
あいや別
Doesn't
に
mean anything,
意味な
okay?
んてないからな
マイフォークが欲し
You
い
want your
の
own
か
fork?
マイスプーンはもう持ってるから
I already have my own spoon. Wait, that
そ
doesn't
こに
matter.
興味持つなはいはい
Everything's
準
ready.
備できた
Now get out.
いつでも行
Get
け
out of here. I nod and call up the phone wave name subject to change.
気をつけて
Be careful and remember,
私は
I'm
い
always
つだって
on your
あんたの味
side.
方よ
Kurisu touches my shoulder, then steps away. So with this, guys, I'm going to leave this episode here, and you'll have to wait for the next episode to see what happens. Thanks for watching.